Years ago, I owned a food trailer, off which I used to sell pulled pork wraps and pulled pork nachos and pulled chicken and stuff like that. This is the basic recipe I used to use. Using the heel of your knife, hold your pork upright to cut down through the bottom of the fat cap. We're going to try and leave as little fat on as possible for now. Going to take off any excess fat and give your board a little wipe down. Glove up because it's time to make a rub. We've got cayenne pepper, cumin, there's smoked and hot paprika in there as well, oregano, garlic granules, the rest of the coriander from the jar, MSG. We've got a few crushed chili flakes, white sugar, brown sugar, few twists of salt, quite a lot of twists of salt. Oh, I did pepper as well, but you can't see that because I must have missed it out. Poke some holes in your pork and then slather it in this stuff here. Liquid smoke. We're going to cover it in lime juice as well. And the next thing we're going to do is taste it and realise it needs more salt, and you're going to promise yourself you'll buy a big tub of Maldon sea salt so you don't have to use that shaker anymore. Rub the pork all over, getting into all the nooks and crannies and all the holes that you've poked in it. Might as well use every single last bit and give it a little pat for good luck. Wrap it up like a Christmas present in some baking paper, not cooking paper, that's not a thing. And then you're going to wrap it up in cling film. And just chuck that into Tupperware, stick it in the fridge, and watch as Jon Snow kills a White Walker for the first time. The next day, you're going to fill a sheet pan with hot water, put it in the bottom of your oven. Then you're going to get nostalgic when you realise that's your dad's handwriting, and he's been dead 2 years now. You're going to take your pork, you're going to wrap it up in tin foil and that cooking paper it was in before. Doesn't need to be too tight, and that goes in the top of the oven. Set your oven for the required time. And 4 hours and 20 minutes later, look at the excited hands. It's just perfect. Remove that little bit of cooking paper. You don't want to eat that. That looks horrendous. In my left hand, I'm using a steak fork. In my right hand, I'm using a dinner fork. Little squirt of this Meat Lust barbecue sauce, and she is finished. There you have it. Pulled pork, just like I used to make on my trailer. And the next thing you're going to do is invite your Dungeons and Dragons party round for big sandwiches filled with lobster mac and cheese, pulled pork and green slaw. And the next thing you're going to do is fight a bunch of demons, I think.